Well, collectors, here we are again. This is going to be our unboxing number 36, I believe. And today is June the 14th. We've just returned from the Great OVMS Cornfield Show in Wilmington, Ohio. And it was a good show selling, but we weren't able to buy a lot of things, but we got a few decent things which I'll be happy to show you, and not a lot came in the mail either, but we'll do the best we can, and hopefully it'll be something enjoyable for you. We took a little bit of video at the Cornfield Show, but it's so short that we're gonna put it on the back of this video, if that's okay with you guys. So with that, I think we'll just have another prost to everybody, and I hope you're all feeling well. And I always got to start out with a little pop, you know. So here you go. Ah, yes. I made that one a little bit too strong, but it's good to get a little exerted here, maybe. And I got my cigar, so we'll start with the first box. So I don't know, is this just a little one here, but who can tell? Sometimes some really good stuff comes in little boxes, so let's see here. Let's see, this one's open here without too much difficulty. You got to try these DeNobles, guys. They're just the best. Let's see what we got here. Not much so far. It's just one little thing here. Let's see what this could be. Nicely wrapped in a little bit of bubble paper, and feels a little bit heavy. Must be some kind of metal or something. And ooh, uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh. Wow. Here we go, guys. This is a Gestapo disc.
What's it spinning around the other way for me?
I thought I had it the right way.
Maybe it's just me. Oh yeah, you're right.
It's you, Bob.
Yep, sorry.
Yeah. It should say Geheimstaatspolizei. And then it has a number on it. I'm sure this is an original disc because the collector that sent it has been collecting a long time, and he's never made any mistakes yet that I know of. This is the eagle on the other side. One quick thing, I mean, these are very difficult to know originality unless you're used to looking at them, but the numbers never have a line underneath of them. If there's a line underneath of them, there's something wrong there. The numbers are always done with the same die. They're the same formation. And what you'll notice too is the S in Staatspolizei is a little bit lower than the T, and you always want to see that. Can you see that, how the S starts just a little bit lower than the crossing of the T? And as far as the chains go, there was no standard chain that they wore, so you'll see all different chains, and whether they're original to the disc or not, there's really not any way of telling unless they look brand new, which this one certainly doesn't. It's a well-made period chain. So I'm glad to get this Gestapo disc. We see very few of them, and it seems like every time we have one, they sell pretty quickly, as they're pretty popular. They're a major purchase, though. The value on them is very high, but they are what they are. There's very few originals around. You can imagine if you were a Gestapo agent at the end of the war when the Americans were coming to capture all the SS people that were declared war criminals at that time. The last thing you wanted was them to find a Gestapo disc in your pocket. So I guess there's probably a lot of them in the Rhine River too, I don't know, or a lot of them buried, but anyhow, it's nice to see an original once in a while, so I'm happy about that. Alright, collectors, so there you saw a Gestapo disc. So now we'll go to something else. After a sip, of course. That's good. Yep. Alright, let's see what we got here. Nice FedEx box. Let's see, not too hard to open here so far. Oh, the dreaded popcorn. Let me just get this popcorn box here we can use to put some of that in without littering up the whole table. You guys don't want to see that mess all over, and neither do I. It looks like there's just one item in here. We'll see. Up. It looks like this guy threw in a pen here. It says E-Metals on it. I know that company. You guys probably do too. Oh, here's something from E-Metals also, so I guess that's who this must be from. I wonder why they would be sending me something, because they're basically competitors, aren't they, Ob?
Yeah,
I think so.
Good outfit.
Yeah, it's a very good outfit. I know they always have a lot of lovely girls that man their sales booth. I've never met the person that owns it. Just a lovely girl, but that's okay. Maybe he's not so lovely. That's why he doesn't make a showing, whoever he is. But let's see what we got here. Seems funny that they would send me something, though. And I don't see any letter in it, but
Maybe they didn't. We don't know yet. You know.
yeah, maybe it's just from somebody else and sending it in a box.
That pen's probably dead, and
Yeah, there's nothing left of it. Yeah, that's probably what it is, Ob. You're
I
right.
don't want this damn coaster either. That's
Yeah, get rid of that thing.
Put your drink on it, Tommy.
Yeah, here, we'll fix
There you
it.
go.
Yeah. Maybe he said it because they sent him a bad piece or something.
Well, I don't know about all that, but
No, we wouldn't say that, because they're a good outfit. As far as I know, they have some really fabulous things at the shows. Really, more than fabulous. Some of the stuff they put out is incredible. I think they're, are they European or Canadian?
I believe they're Canadian. Yeah.
Canadian, yeah. Let's see what we got here.
But in my opinion, yeah, I remember the girls.
Well, this is looking okay. It's it looks like a Boker dagger, from what I can see. See those cross guards? They're usually indicative of a Boker, and the grip looks nice. I'm not thrilled with the insignia. You like that runes button, Ob? It's or maybe it just is a little chipped around it, but I don't know.
I don't think you like it because it's not tilted as much as you prefer to see, but it looks
Yeah,
okay to me.
It looks okay, yeah. Oh, there's a number on the back of it too. How about that? Yeah. And a good anodized scabbard, and a little crack here in the grip, but not bad. Well, let me see what the blade looks like here. Ooh, yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that's a nice, a very nice SS blade. And then with a number on it too. We'll have to look that up and see who it belonged to. And oh, yeah, it's a Boker.
Boker, you know it.
Yeah. Well, you can't go wrong when those fittings are so easy to tell. So
check the throat. See if that's numbered.
yeah, good
Sometimes it
idea.
is.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no
No.
number on the throat. Well, we'll look that up later and see whether there's an officer attached. But even if not, that's it looks like a pretty nice dagger. I'm still not thrilled with that runes button, but you might be right, Ob.
That pen out of there. All right.
All right, so we're on to the next box here. This is a little bag. It's from John Lawson. He's the man that runs the Forks of the Delaware show, Allentown. Very, very good show. If you guys have never been there, I think they're having a show coming up in July, so you might want to. I wonder what John's up to here. I don't remember him saying he was going to send anything, but we'll see what we got here. A good man, John Lawson, if you don't know him. He's an ardent collector and, boy, a great researcher, too. A lot of times when we have things that are named that we show on these unboxings, the next day I get an email and he tells me who the guy is, what he did, and so forth and so on.
He's a big sword guy, isn't he?
He's mostly swords, yeah. Very nice man, though. Very gracious. Let's see what all this is here. Here we go again, guys. It looks like more gifts. John had an army dagger, and about 3 years ago, he gave it to me. The lower band on the scabbard was missing. And I said, I'll try to find you a lower band, John. It can take a while because all the bands are different and you have to find one that matches not only the maker but also the plating and the color. And it took me 3 years and I finally found a band for it. In fact, Robbie found it in the safe on the floor. And here I've been looking for 3 years, and here we had one here all the time and didn't even know it. But let's see what this is. Wow, isn't that nice? It's a box of Eva, which is a very, very good cigar, and John says, Tom, thanks for repairing my army scabbard. Enjoy these in your English garden. So there you go. So isn't that nice? Sorry, collectors. It seems like I'm opening more gifts than I am stuff sometimes, but people are really nice, aren't they, Ob?
Very nice, yes.
They really take care of me, so I'm pretty happy with that. What a nice thing, a box of Olivas. They're expensive cigars, too. John, you're the best. Thank you so much. All right, next thing. Oh, this is a big box. I have no clue what this is. Oh, Deb, this is the guy that keeps calling to see if we got his thing.
Oh.
So when he calls next time, tell him we got his thing.
Okay.
I forget what it was he was sending. I know it's something that he wanted to sell. So we'll see here what's in this box. Hope it's something that we'll like. This man's an older collector, and I think he's just disposing of some of his last odds and ends. So I'm not looking for anything to shake up the world here, but let's see what it is, though. Wow. Big thing, whatever it is.
Train eagle?
Boy, wouldn't that be something? I would like one of them. Wouldn't you guys like a train eagle? Boy, we don't see them anymore, and when we do, we used to buy them for a couple thousand, and now I see people asking, what, 5,000? Something like that, Ob?
I sold one for $5,500.
Yeah, just a standard
Yeah.
Reichsbahn train eagle. Was it the 28 inch or the 23?
It was the big boy.
It
But
was
yeah.
the big one, yeah.
I didn't buy it.
You didn't buy it?
No.
You were short of funds that day?
Yeah, it was a little short.
Well, wait a minute. This we're talking about. We're laughing. Hey, this is no joke. Wow.
It is, eh?
Oh boy. I'm telling you, collectors. Yeah, this is a real one too.
Mounted beautifully too. That is nice.
That is really
Yeah.
a killer.
You can see through that plastic.
Can you see through it?
I did.
Yeah, you saw it, yeah. Wow. Let's see what's on the back. It just. That's well done the way
Well,
it
he
was
wrote
mounted.
down-
Hell, he's got
yeah.
the original bolt. It's got the original studs on the back, and the nuts must have been on there too. So he used the original nuts and everything.
And
to
he
mount
wrote wrote down what's stamped on the back of the eagle on the wood.
LOK,
Yeah.
RZA 6 Berlin. Yep,
Yeah.
that's right. That's what they have.
Yeah, let's take another look at that. Yeah,
Wow, that's a
real beauty there.
killer. Oh, I know there's a lot of people out there that would love to have one of these, and boy, the way it's mounted and all, you can
Yes.
just put it right up on your wall,
Yeah,
and
it's ready to go.
I think this is a 24 incher, but that'll do. Wow, that's a real surprise. I had no idea.
I haven't seen one in a long time either.
No.
It's nice.
Well, I'm really glad to get that. See, collectors, I didn't think there was going to be anything here. Here we go again. A Gestapo disc and a railway eagle. So, I don't know. Whitman is just lucky. Well, collectors, how about that railway eagle? Well, I'm still kind of, my heart is beating a little faster. I just never expected that, and it's been so long since we had one that it really gets you going. So those were just basically the stuff that came in the last week. Not an awful lot, but really quality, I'll say. Right down to the cigars. But I'll show you some things that we got at the show. I just love this. It's a police enlisted man's kepi, all in black, so it comes from Berlin. It's got a great eagle on it and the original cockade, and the chin straps in good condition. But what's really unusual about this one, usually this area of the kepis is a black felt, and on this piece the whole cap is of patent leather. Absolutely original and extremely beautiful. Everything shows hardly any age. Original though, it's just fantastic, and inside the liner is in great condition. It's a brown kid skin, and it's sized 57 and a half. So there you go. With the green to help with the sun and so forth on the under the visors. But isn't that a pretty kepi? I think it's extraordinary. I like it a lot.
No grazing on the top at all either.
No.
It's mint. You
No,
don't see
it's
that
just-
too often.
yeah. Yeah, you see a little age on the leather part here, but that's about the only what you expect to see something. But this must have been really stored well, and it's
Yeah.
not something that was in the sun in an attic or
It didn't
whatever.
see much time on the street. Let's
No,
put it that way.
no, there's a little age up in here too.
Good. You want to see something.
But because it is, but that is a glorious piece. So for you guys that are collecting police stuff, I don't think you can upgrade that one. I really like it a lot. A great piece here.
How's
Alright,
how's it fit?
I'm not going to try it on. I'm not going to try it on.
Okay.
And I got this, which I'm very happy about. This is a Voos double-etched army. I've showed you a number of double-etched armies that have come in here. you know, with this motif, with the eagle, with the oak leaves beneath the wings, and then on the reverse, the plain arabesque etch, but this one is marked Emelvoos. Most of them that you see like this have no maker marking on them, and it has a real nice grip and a real nice portapee. So that's an investment quality dagger there. Really, really nice. I was happy to get that. And next, we got a bunch of armbands at the show, which armbands are getting very difficult to acquire. So I was thrilled to death. I bought these all from two people. The first one is a Reichsbahn. It needs a little ironing, as you can see. It's been folded like that for 80 years, but it's all green cotton, and it's got the
what color?
Or green, yeah, yellow. Usually the Reichsbahns are green.
They usually are green.
Yeah. So this one's yellow. It's absolutely original. It's got a little staining and a little wear to it, but you can see that bevo weave on the inside and all. But once Robbie irons this up, it'll look quite nice. So that's kind of cool. And then the next piece is a really fine conditioned SA Reserve armband. We don't see these very much. It's a standard NSDAP type armband, except it has the gray stripes on the edges. The center of this one is separately sewn white satin, and the swaz is all bevo woven. And then inside, it even has the original paper issue tag in there. So that's fun to see. So this is a pretty rare armband, and it's great to find one in such nice condition.
Do you know anything about the reserve? I mean,
well, I guess after you served for a couple of years, then you went into the reserve. Maybe older guys, you know, we can't keep up with beating everybody up on the street, so we're
gonna need you if we need more numbers.
Yeah,
right?
So. They said we're old thugs now. We're still drinking, but we're old thugs. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know for sure though. But
okay.
The next armband is just that's funny though, a standard NSDAP. It's a cotton one, but it has a separate field and a black bevo weave swastika. No tag in that one. This is an initial production one. It's red cotton, and you notice the field is all bevo woven as well as the swastika, and so you can see all that on the other side, and it looks well worn, and it certainly saw a lot of service. And the back of it's got a little stain here.
Yeah, that's all right.
You think that's an armpit or something?
Yeah. I'll tell you, it's pretty rough over there. And
a lot
of sweating, I'm sure.
Well, and for an armband, I mean, this is something that was used. This is not a brand new one, but it's still in fairly good condition. Yeah. And here's a woolen one, which I always like the woolen ones. Unfortunately, it's got 3 little nips right there, but the rest of the wool is in good shape on both sides, and it's got that separately sewn white satin lined field with separate swaz. And this one still, even though it was worn quite a bit, it still has an issue tag in it. See the threads? It came from when it was tacked onto the guy's original uniform. And then it's got a little grease or something here that's sticky. I guess somebody had a piece of tape on there or something.
They probably mounted it.
Yeah, mounted it. But you can get rid of that with Gooby Gone or something like that. That usually takes care of that kind of stuff. And this is a rare armband. I know it's a Hitler Youth. Of course, you guys know that. but look how wide it is. You very, very seldom see this variation, youth armband. And it's all printed, sewn up the rear, no tags in it or anything. So you can see it's printed on the back there. But that's an armband you'll look a long, long time for. I've only had 1 or 2 of these over the years. And here's another woolen one. It's been worn and all. The wool is worn, but it's in good shape. There's no moth nips sewn up the rear. It has that nice white lined satin field with a separately done swastika. These swastikas are also 2-piece. They used 1 piece to make the 2 legs of each side on it. So that's a good armband. And here's a standard Hitler Youth. It's in good shape. They have the white portion in the center is a separate piece, and then the diamond is a separate piece, and the swastika is black bevo woven, and nothing, no tags on that one.
Oops.
And then, woo.
Yeah, that's nice.
Last but not least, collectors, this is as good as you'll find. This is a SS armband in complete mint condition. The wool is absolutely perfect. The black stripes are perfect. The field has the lined satin and the 2-piece black swastika separately sewn, and it's sewn up the rear. And then on the inside, as we would think with something like this,
Paper tag, not cloth, though.
not cloth,
Yeah,
but still paper
yeah.
tag is a good thing. That's a good tag and is original to this piece. And it really doesn't, I mean, if it had a cloth tag, it might be a little bit better. But this is about as good as you're going to see in an SS armband.
And, really hard to find anymore.
Oh yeah, we've been looking for them for a long time. We found one a couple weeks ago. I think we had it on the last unboxing. And then we ran into this one at the cornfield show. Boy, it was expensive though. But you know what? I paid it because you just can't find them anymore. And I'm sure another collector will be interested too because of its condition. It's really, really tremendous. So that was fun to find those armbands. We'll move to the next thing here. Let's see what we got. Okay, collectors, we're moving right along, and that's the way to move along. And got a couple things here that I just kind of got. This is a Luftwaffe brocade belt. It's in pretty good shape. It's been worn. Officers, of course. The brocade is good, and it's got both of the slides on it, and the reverse is a nice felt, but you can see the moths have had a snack or 2 on the inside, but that doesn't show. So who's looking at the inside of a belt? So let the moths go to town. It's their prerogative.
Is there any markings on the buckle?
I do not see any on this buckle unless the camera sees something.
No.
There might be something there.
Yeah, OLC.
OLC, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good for asking, Ob. I always forget that stuff. And then I also got a really nice Army officer brocade with a nice aluminum round buckle. And the brocade is really nice on it. It's a pretty long one,
yeah,
too.
That's a large, long
this
piece.
guy was a fat slob as compared to most Army officers.
It's true. Half the stuff he sees nothing. Like kids.
Yeah, this guy was a mature man, not an 18-year-old, and he had some sausage and some beer. And this one I think is marked A. Yeah, that's an A on the back of that one.
I don't see that. Where
it's right there.
Assman.
Assman, yeah.
Yeah, the big ass man here.
Yeah, you big ass one. Yeah. And then on the reverse, it must have been made a little later than the Luftwaffe one because the back of this one is canvas. but it doesn't have a couple of nips, but not bad.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Probably the
it's,
biggest army belt I can remember ever seeing.
Yeah,
I'll
that
tell you
baby
much.
really rolls out a distance
Yeah.
there, doesn't it? Boy, how about that? So,
It's like a 46 or something.
look pretty big, yeah. And then just a couple of normal things, but you guys like for getting started. If you're getting started, here's a really nice wartime produced Luftwaffe in really choice condition, and it's got the hangers that you don't see too often. See how the buckles are shaped on these? The edges are kind of rounded. You don't see that maker too often on Luftwaffe hangers, and I always liked it. They're nice. See, they're good on the back too, and that's a good set of hangers. And the fittings are all real nice. Nice grip, and this is an Alcozo piece. Beautiful blade, and on the reverse, we'll see that it has the Alcozo marking. Let's see, it's the AWS, which was the last trademark that they used after 1941. So more than likely this dagger was made for a German pilot, especially with the white grip. So that's kind of a nice piece. And for once it wasn't in the scabbard backwards.
Yeah. I like that trademark too on that late.
Yeah, it's kind of
Alcozo,
cool.
Yeah.
This is an army piece that's uncleaned, but still has a nice finish to it. You can see the eagle head is going to be a WKC with that beak. But see, there's still some frosting on the edges of the scabbard on both sides. And there's that characteristic one screw that you see with WKC. And the blade is good. Looks like it's in backwards, but that's easy enough to turn around. Yeah, that's an okay piece. It's a Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I was thinking, why did I buy that? And now I just remember. It's marked D-A-T, DAT, on the back. That was the initials of the man that owned it. Nicely done.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's kind of cool, yeah. Yeah, I like that. And then another Luftwaffe here. This is a nice piece that has really good mounts, and you can see there's a little bit of gild still remaining on the swazes, just a vague amount on. Yeah, it's on the other side too. And this piece was produced by Paul Weiersberg, who made lovely Luftwaffes. And the scabbard is one of the types that's silver plated, so that's really nice. And then, oh, look at that blade. Wow. It doesn't come any better than that. This is going to be a nickel-plated blade. That's why it's so beautiful. It's not a polished blade. And yeah, it's a Paul Weiersberg, and it's also Waffenamped. So that's probably one of the initial production pieces, and the Portapiece original to it too. So that's a high quality Luftwaffe dagger there. And see how the crossguard protected the silvering there, the outline of the eagle, and the swaz is still there. So that kind of talks to you. So that's a prime piece. And then this piece is needs a drink. This piece is also a really nice, fine example for you guys that like Eichhorn pieces. It's got that heart-shaped pommel and a real deep orange grip. The knot's original to it. Beautiful scabbard. And then when the blade is also a really fine piece, bright. Yeah, there's that Eichhorn trademark on the reverse there. And the guy that I bought this from, you might have noticed there's a piece of paper on here that's all taped on here. And it says Dagger belonged to Major Nordic von Nordic. His first name was the same as his last name. KG-27, mess jacket and pants in the collection. Spanish Cross Gold winner. So, you know, sure, anybody could write this and tape it on there and so forth, but generally when you see stuff like this, it's the real deal. So I left it alone, and maybe the next owner would want to look up von Nordic and see what he is, see what he did, and I think you can be pretty comfortable that that this tag is correct. Of course, there's no name on the dagger or initials or anything, so there's no way to really totally corroborate that, but I have faith in people, and maybe they're conning me. Who knows? But I think that that's an original item there. And then this is an SA dagger. It's kind of interesting. If you notice, it has a painted scabbard, so you say, oh, it's going to be an RZM dagger. But yet, if you look closely, it has nickel cross guards on it, along with an early grip and an early eagle. And then when we take it out of the scabbard, it's got kind of a light Alles für Deutschland, and on the reverse, it's not an early dagger. It's an RZM with the maker M70, which is a maker you don't see very often. I looked it up and I forget who it is now, but can you catch that, Ob?
It's...
Turn it a little.
Yeah, it's...
How's that?
I think we got it.
Think we got it, yeah.
We had one of these not too long ago.
Yeah,
it's a really high RZM mark, and
yeah. And they were using up their old mounts. See, there's no gal mark on these cross guards, so they probably were using up their old fittings, and they made so few daggers that that this is what you see. So,
and, who's the RZM mark?
RZM M770. I did look that up, but
I think it's Clearman and Moog.
No, it was. I thought maybe I had a paper here, but I guess I lost it. But I'll look it up again. But
okay,
it's kind of a weird maker,
right?
So those are all kind of interesting pieces. There's nothing you can retire on there, but then there's. I got this. I love this. I bought it at the show, and I just think it's great. This is like a small table banner that may have been used at party meetings or something, and it's very early. You see, it has an early photo of AH on there, all decorated with swazes around him. And then two NSDAP type swazes, one on each side, and it has a backing on it. Here it's a separate backing, so it was used to lay on a table, I think, anyhow. But that's a very rare early piece, probably from the late 20s, very early 1930s. But I like it a lot, and if you're somebody that saves unusual banners, you'll look a long time to find anything like that. And it's in super condition, really, really nice. So continuing along, something I bought too that I just couldn't resist. These are lovely, and they come from a very good source. And they're a pair of gloves, beautiful little white gloves that belong to Eva Braun. And Eva had a lot of spare time when she lived at the Berghof, and she did her own initials on her things. the EB in the Spear style, but they're still in immaculate condition, and aren't they lovely? So feminine and delicate, and just the material is.
Hey, what do you think that they're made out of?
I don't know.
Are they silk?
It's too soft for cotton. It's a better material than cotton. I don't know what they are, but boy, they're really. Aren't they pretty, collectors? I think they're pretty. And then along with it, I got a calling card from Eva Braun. And of course, Eva was always hiding, and nobody was supposed to even know that she was there. So all she could do was give a card out with her name on it, and that was about it. But that's a very rare card. How many people would have a card from Eva, huh? I think that's cool. So I got that with the gloves, and I think they're very, very nice, and I think somebody will enjoy buying these. They're quite beautiful. If I don't keep them myself, I think they're beautiful. Let's see what other kind of stuff we have here. I bought this dagger at the show, and I like it a lot. It's, as you can see, it's an imperial piece, imperial naval piece, and it's got a beautiful finial on top of the pommel, beautiful cross guard, and the grip is ivory, still in very nice condition. And if you look at the scabbard, it has the galouche style holding bands, carrying bands, but you also see that there's a crown here and a seal, and there's 2 holes here. So I suspect that at one time, probably a coat of arms in enamel or something may have been in those spots. I don't know. But it's pretty interesting thing. And then on the blade is a beautiful damask piece. It's a little shorter than the scabbard, but we see that a lot of times. That was done for balance so that the dagger hangs on a 45-degree angle. And there's also a dedication on both sides of the ricasso. And I took the liberty of trying to translate it. Also, the dagger's made by Carl Eichhorn. You can see, if your camera can get it, there's the squirrels are back there, the back-to-back squirrels from the imperial time, and the translation is really kind of nice. It's to our grandson Willy Hirschberg, in memory of 8 May 1914. Apparently, Willy graduated from Officer Candidate School on that date, 8 May 1914, as a Fähnrich zur See, and I was able to find him in the naval rank list because he was the only Wilhelm Hirschberg on the whole, Hirschberg on the whole Navy rank list. And as it turns out, Willy, as the dedication says, he was given this on 8 May 1914. Well, World War I broke out in August, and poor Willy, he was killed August the 28th, 1914, and he was aboard a ship. It was called the Frauenlob. It was a Gazelle class light cruiser, and he was killed in the Battle of Helgoland on 28 August 1914. So he got to wear this dagger for about 2 weeks. A very sad thing, and that may account for the reason that the dagger's in such nice condition throughout also. I looked at the tang, and Eichhorn stamped the tang in big capital letters DAMAST, and that's what they did even on their honor daggers from 1941 with that same stamping. So they obviously did that for many, many years. So I think it's an interesting dagger, and it's I guess kind of a sad thing. I mean, here's these grandparents. They're all thrilled that that Willy went into the Kaiserlich Marine and was assigned, I guess, as maybe an ensign officer on this ship, and then World War I breaks out, and he's killed in the first naval battle that ever happened. It's really a tragic thing. But anyhow, it's kind of a real piece of history here, and maybe some more could be found out about Willy and his family, something that could clear up what's missing from the coat of arms on the scabbard. But I think that's a very nice dagger, and I like it a lot. Although I feel sad just looking at it. It's must have been a very tragic time. Just a couple more, guys. I know it's getting long, but I bought this at the show too. They just don't come any nicer. It's an Eichhorn Army, but it's got the first style cross guards and the first style scabbard mounts with a beautiful early grip. It's in absolute mint condition.
Yeah, nice patina on that.
Beautiful
Yes,
patina.
yeah.
Look at the nice bands, and then the blade is, wow. There's that Eichhorn mark, and it just is really the kind of dagger that if you're only going to buy one army, it's not only in beautiful condition, but it's rare because it's the first model. And then I bought an Alcozo 3/4 size miniature. I always like those. Even with Alcozo on their miniatures, you can tell it's an Alcozo the way the pommel juts out at the top and all, and it's a nice example with a good blade. And so if you're collecting miniatures, these Alcozo 3/4 size, they're the top of the line. There's the mark there. I think it's a late mark, but the miniature's nice. And then this piece, which I like a lot, it's you guys may say, oh my god, what the hell is that? This is what they call a Helinka guard, and it's a real one in beautiful condition. These come from Slovakia. And in 1938, they had a Slovak People's Party that was formed by, of all people, a priest, Father Helinka. And in 1938, he formed this group. But the Helinka Guard were not nice people. They modeled themselves exactly after the SS. And they did a lot of the bad things that the SS did, and they were a real force to be reckoned with. This piece has the initials HG on it for Helinka Guard, and the scabbards are somewhat similar to SA scabbards, but of course a little different. And the grips are quite beautiful, the way the wood is formed. And then the head is a stylized, looks like a condor or something to me. And then the blade is a real good blade. It has a single fuller. And then we see these pieces with a number stamped into them anywhere from, I think, 1 to 100, something like that. never seen one higher than that. This one is a number 9. The blade's plain on the backside, but this is a very good sought after dagger. We just don't see them, and you have to be careful of the reproductions. There are a lot of reproductions. There's the top of it also, which is worthwhile looking at. You can see it has a spanner device in it. So that's very cool. And then I just want to show you just a couple swords that I bought. Poor Robbie, he's oh, here's to you, Hob. Try to hang in. Ah, that's good. And of course my cigar went out. So I'll just show you a couple swords I bought at the show too. I really love this piece. This is a wonderful SMF sword, and it has the it's never been cleaned. The scabbard leather is all original and is absolutely perfect.
What type of sword is that? For people that might not know?
An SMF, I believe.
Yeah, but what type?
What type?
Yeah.
It's a Luftwaffe sword.
Okay, you didn't say that.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, some of you guys may not know. But when you see all of this beautiful silvering with that nice patina, and then the leather just being fantastic, and a real nice crescent hanger, and the blade is just like you would want to see.
Yeah, you really can't go wrong with that.
No. See, there's that SMF trademark with the
yeah.
Waffen amp, and again, if you're just going to buy one Luftwaffe sword, this is the kind of. It was expensive, but you know, something that's really, really good, you're always going to pay a premium for, and you always get a premium for it when it's time to sell it, also. So you got to think of that. And then another one that I like very much. You're going to say, that's just a police sword, police officer sword. Seen a million of them. Got the copper grip eagle. It's got a great hilt and all, but here's where the fun comes in. The top of the pommel, fantastic. It's the SS runes, and they're in enamel. Isn't that great, collectors? I think I show a piece just like that in my SS book.
Boy, that is tough to pick up.
Tough to pick up, is it?
I think I got it, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something else, isn't
Yeah.
it? There you go.
And it's a WKC sword, and as we see the WKC stamping on the obverse, but like they always did with their swords, there's the SS runes stamped into the ricasso also. So this is a very, very good SS police sword. Something that you'll look a long, long time. These these enamel pommels are just really really captivating. And one more thing, you guys, I think, saw one of the dealers at the SOS show showing this this sword, and it kept me awake this last month, and thank God he still had it. So I went over and bought it. I'm probably going to keep it, but let me just show you this, because you guys are going to love this. It is just, you saw it in the last video, but I'm going to show it to you again because it is just outstanding. Look at that hilt. Look how the eagle is done in a dark silver with the wreath and the swastika left in gold. For For you guys that know swords, you can tell right away it's a holler, because see the two diamonds? That's a feature of a holler sword. And also holler was known to use screws to retain their hilts. This hilt is a beautiful leopard head. But isn't that an incredible look? I mean, just look how that jumps out at you. And of course it has a great blade with a holler marking, and I just think it's really a beautiful sword. See that screw there in the tabs, the grip tabs, and there's that eagle again. One more look at it. You'll just never see a sword like that. I've never seen a sword like that, and I've looked at thousands and thousands of swords. So I thought it was worthwhile, and again, it was too damn expensive, but the dealer that had it knew it was good, and if you have something that's really good, you're entitled to a good price for it, right, collectors? Certainly, that's the way life is. So with that, I think we'll wrap this up. I hope it didn't go too long for you. I always enjoy doing these, and I appreciate the emails you guys send and the comments you make, and we're going to continue to hit the show circuits and hopefully get a lot of things in through the mail and UPS and FedEx, and when we do, we'll come back and see you again. So thanks a lot for watching.